Hi there! It's been quite a while since I made my last video in English and I want to try it again. For today I haven't heard any other language, a bit of German, but mostly English. So it should go better than after a day full of Dutch. I've been viewing quite a few videos on YouTube today, and yesterday of course it was Bloomsday, so I replayed Penelope from Ulysses on the archives, open archives, and it was fun to hear once more. She did it in a very pleasant way. It was very Irish and very Jewish, and it was great. But today was quite Jewish as well, because I've been watching, well, I finished with Brian Greene and Leonard Krauss talking about string theory, and before that I can't even remember, man. Yeah, I've dozed off a couple of times. Oh, some magician, but what was his name again? James Randi? Jacob, James, Randi? A magician who attacked psychics. They're not psychotics, but they're pretty close. And then, of course, mainly the psychics that make big money out of their bullshit, which is a sin and should be punished. And he is an angel by uncovering their schemes and whatevers. But whatever, there was something else I've seen today. I don't remember what. Well, at least I know the channel I was watching today, and that was Muon Ray. M-U-O-N space R-A-Y. Muon Ray. And he's got some very good, or she, I don't know, got some very good in-depth videos on lots of scientific things, mainly physics, which was my passion. And yesterday I was talking in Dutch about the stranded alien concept, and today it was more to the fundamentals of physics. Oh, I've watched Feynman as well, the brilliant bit about the patents, or patents, as he said. He was such a marvel, so brilliant, so one big flow of words and puns, and like I am in Dutch, but I never will be in English. Well, maybe if I practice long enough. But he was, well, maybe this recording dated back to the 60s, 70s, I don't know. but it was so brilliant and so witful and so endearing. Such a sweet man and so great a mind. Well, the rest of the day, the remainder of the day, I was hooked on physics, and the last one I saw was on. Oh, I've seen a girl as well, Kate Lawrence. That was one of the, she was talking about huge lasers. And when I say huge, they are really huge. The lasers she is working with are actually competing with the Large Hadron Collider as far as the energy levels are concerned. So, and there's no upper limit so far as to where they may grow, and they are used in scientific setup for controlled nuclear fusion, which is my favorite nuclear thing, because it has the hydrogen bomb as well, but it has the sun also, and stars and everything that spreads light into this otherwise very, very dark and hostile universe. The light itself is hostile as well, but we have an atmosphere which keeps out the deadly things and allows the life-giving bits in. But I guess if we had another atmosphere, there would be other sorts of life, other kinds of life on this planet, which would possibly be harmed by the things we consider friendly, and vice versa. So, well, she was talking about big lasers, and hydrogen fusion, tritium, deuterium, and there's also lithium and beryllium involved in that thing, and the oceans may be full of raw material, but once you start using them on a big scale, I don't know how long the deuterium or the tritium will be maybe generated from lithium, I think. But how much lithium is there on this planet? I don't know. Maybe it's not as rare as I think. It's a very low Z element. Li, the third. So it should be quite abundant, but I don't know. Anyway, that's an option. So that's probably a possible way to get rid of our dependency of the sun, so that our planet can move to other galaxies one day as a spaceship, once we master getting out of the gravity of the sun. That's the stranded alien part. Of course, the stranded alien is on Pluto, so he'll go away when Pluto is at its apo or perihelion. No, peri is close and apo is far, so apohelium, and then he'll take off once we have progressed so far that we can restore his engines, their engines. Probably the stranded alien is not alone, because he has a planet-size spaceship, Pluto, and well, being all alone on such a big planet, it's not fun. So they're in stasis, most of them, but the ones, maybe it's only one who ever came here, maybe they take shifts, I don't know. But that's the entity that the Abraham and other ancient prophets called God. This is so incoherent, and I don't even know whether the camera is running or not. And this is becoming quite a boring speech, because it's not my language, and I'm not gonna talk better during this episode of my legacy, the legacy I leave behind when I am no longer here. And I'm actually not very content with what it's coming to right now. But there's one thing I wanted to talk about, I really wanted to address, and that's string theory with its curly dimensions. And Brian Greene, he said that the dimensions were so tiny that you couldn't see them, the dimensions other than space and time. And I keep thinking, or it is so huge and so everywhere that you simply don't see it because it's everywhere. Energy. So my philosophical model of the world, of the universe, is three-dimensional. Space, time, energy. That's all. And our universe has 3 space dimensions, and as far as I know, 5 or 6 energy dimensions. Mass is an energy dimension, electricity, magnetism, they are interchangeable. And the weak force, strong nuclear force, well, that's 5 dimensions at least, maybe 4 if you consider the Maxwell equations and whatever's blah blah blah, electricity and magnetism. You may consider them as one, but they are different. They are totally different. They are perpendicular. So it doesn't really matter how many dimensions there are. The basic dimensions, there are 3 dimensions: space, time, energy. Space, time, energy, or energy, whatever. So the space-time, the curvature of space, or the curvature of space-time, is in some other dimension. And you see the big dent, and it's a dent that's caused by something that is very heavy. Mass is energy times c squared, or whatever. Energy is mass times c squared. That doesn't matter, but energy is everywhere. Energy is, and there's hardly anything you cannot express in these 3, in a combination of these 3. Speed is mass over space over time, acceleration is space over time squared. Energy is coupled to, or mass is coupled to energy. Electric force is coupled to energy through the Coulomb constant, and magnetism is coupled to energy through whatever. I don't have everything, but something else. There was one video I didn't mention before. There was the collision of two black holes, which is something that is totally out of this world, totally out of this universe. No, not out of this universe. It happens every now and then. It causes vibrations, and they travel at the speed of light, gravitational waves, according to the theory. Why do they travel at that speed? Probably because they can't go any faster because of the limitations by the laws of this universe. And if a black hole, a huge black hole of 4,000 or 10,000 sun masses at the nucleus of a galaxy is hit by another of maybe 2,000 sun masses, it causes huge vibrations. It totally rips apart an entire galaxy. It's those forces are tremendous. But they're all still space, time, energy. But just imagine how amazing that would be if this is going the wrong way. I wanted to say something else. Oh yeah. What happens when two black holes collide is that their masses are combined. But what happens when a star explodes, collides, when it pops out its final nuclear fusion and starts to collapse beyond the neutron star into a black hole? The neutrons become a singularity. The star is vanishing almost into almost nothingness. But the energies are so tremendously high that there are no neutrons anymore. They are compressed within the boundaries of the nucleon, and the quarks come free, which is not a desirable situation, so they have to go elsewhere. Where do they go? To another universe, as another Big Bang. And what happens when another black hole collides with the black hole that we have identified as the Big Bang of another universe? The energies melt together. Both universes, will they continue to exist? Will they get new laws? That's the kind of things that are going through my brain right now, and I don't think I'll ever stop being fascinated by physics. It's not a study I started for just because I didn't know anything else to do. It's something I started and unfortunately was unable to finish because it is a religious passion of mine. And religion is slightly contaminated by what institutional religion has done to humanity. But religion is also something that is very, very personal. And that's the kind of religion I'm talking about. And that's the kind of religion that allows me to envision things beyond the black holes. The collision of black holes, I translate it into colliding universes. I see a black hole as a bond between atoms. I see a universe as an atom in a way, way bigger entity, thing, whatever. And it's just an atom, and a black hole connects to another atom which grows from whatever is thrown into the black hole, sucked into the black hole on the other side. And there it is, a big bang, but the basic laws are still the same, but because of the different energies that are involved at the Big Bang and at the collisions, and that's the point, because if this model is anywhere near realistic, our universe is probably caused by another black hole, a huge black hole. And what will happen if in that universe where that black hole exists, the black hole that caused our Big Bang collides with another? See, that's the kind of scale I'm talking about. And I think that it doesn't make any difference. It adds more material because somehow the laws are fixed. Maybe, but the laws may be changed if the black hole that collides with our Big Bang black hole is heavy enough. But how many stars would it take for our universe to form? Billions, billions times billions. And that's something I haven't worked out yet. But there's something else, and that's that the black holes that we see may connect to the Big Bang. So there's a flux, a flow going through our universe of material that enters through the Big Bang and exits through the black holes. And this is something, 5 minutes left. This is something that has been plaguing me for the last 26 years. I first came with this idea, this vision in 1992. I didn't publish it, I didn't know, I thought it had to do with all the funny things I was smoking at those days. But it stayed, and it's still coming back, and it's getting more and more plausible by everything I hear and by everything I learn from the YouTube lectures on physics. And I don't know, I have some urge to share it, not publish it, not being famous, but share the idea, but not in a YouTube comment on a movie or that nobody watches, but like this is a movie that probably, or a film or a video or whatever, this is not a movie. This is a document that hardly anybody will ever see, but if it comes to the right person and it triggers a bit of imagination in that person, and he has the, or she has the skills, the mathematical skills to do something with this, and maybe work out a theory from it and maybe win a Nobel Prize from it, then I'm happy. I don't want any part in it. It's just an idea that is floating around in the universe, and it's obvious, so obvious that, like Richard Feynman and his patents, give me that dollar and I'll buy candies for my colleagues. That's all. And now I'm gonna look for some more beer. There should be 2. Yeah. There are 2, and I'm gonna finish the open up that one bottle. 2 minutes to go. Whoa, 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 2 more minutes to go. Whoa, whoa. And that's the last minute to go. And there we go. Whoa. Oh, that was Johnny Cash at Folsom Prison. Yeah. The guy waiting for the gallows. Oh, this is such a horrible tale. Prisons, something I want to talk about in another video. Not this one. Bye bye! I think. Bye bye. I'll keep quiet now and have my beer. I've deserved it. Earned it, whatever. English is not my language. I'm sorry. Nou, hopen dat het er een beetje goed opgekomen is. Ik vind het wel een beetje een zwamverhaal, maar ja, moet je dat allemaal weer in het Nederlands doen en een ondertitel met Engels en god oh god. Oh, hij is nog bezig. Oh, I'm sorry, I was talking Dutch. I was talking Dutch. Well, Twents, I was talking Twents, actually. It is worse than Dutch. Well, it's more beautiful than Dutch. Oh, yes. Because the most beautiful language in the world is the language you are raised with. And the second most language in the world is mathematics.